Happy New Year and welcome to the Kobold Cafe. I am Colin and this is Star Trek Pathfinder, run in Modifius's Star Trek Adventures rule set. Today is episode 4, Bully for You, and I am here to introduce the crew. In descending order of rank, we have Tara, the ship's captain.
Hello, I am Tara. I am Captain Demore. I play it's a Cardassian spy badass extraordinaire. And yeah,
And her
that's
first
me.
officer, played by James.
Hey, I am James. I am playing Tanjat.
Tanjat.
Tanjat Jaws. Your first officer.
All right, and then the grizzled veteran in engineering, played by Tom.
Yep, I'm Tom. I play Vivek, the chief engineer.
And the two youngsters, I'm not sure which of them outranks the other. So, in the med bay, Everoth.
Hello, I am Lieutenant Commander Ebersol, reporting in for medical action.
And finally, Daniel.
This is Lieutenant Tesora, the Vulcan paleoastronomer, and I'm here to pinch necks and feel emotions. And I only have a cultural taboo against emotions.
Okay, that one broke me for a second. All right. I think we'll start with the opening scene and then do the log, if that works for everybody.
All right.
Okay, so we open on the ward room. That several officers on the ship are seated around a table, with something big and bulky covered by a. Obviously, there's a caddy in there too. Covered by a sheet. It's most of the younger officers, second and third officers on the ship, including Tesora and Vivek. Tanjat, do you just want to take over the scene?
Sure. Acquire. So I say to him, Nog, like, how did you never learn how to play Tongo better?
Wait. Acquire? What cards are you holding? You can't possibly have a better combination than mine. You should have evaded.
It's all about the risk in Tongo. It's all about the risk.
No, I've calculated the risk. I've run through all of the possibilities.
Sure you have.
Fine, I'll index the margin.
Y'all ever been to Quarks on DS9? That's a great place to play some Tongo.
Tesora blushes. No? Why do you ask?
Something wrong with this Vulcan.
This Vulcan is
Do you say
broken.
that?
Can I get a new one?
Do you really say that?
Like,
Yes.
like kind of under my breath, I'm like, "Wow, you're sure you're a Vulcan?"
I've been asked that many times. I keep checking, and alas, it is true.
Uh,
Never.
Go ahead.
I'm not
Go
gonna
ahead.
say that. I'm not gonna say that. I would not say that. Something came into my head, and I thought, no, my character would not say that.
Okay, so the stakes you guys are playing for are who gets to choose who goes to the next captain's meal once a week. She and her wife host several of the crew. So, without having to make any rolls or anything, who's winning here? Like who is good at playing Tongo?
I'm probably good at it because it's games have rules even if they're arbitrary. Even though nobody knows actually how to play Tongo.
I'm probably pretty good at it because I'm very aggressive.
Well, I've got that cool under pressure thing too.
to the extent that Tesora is good at it, it's because she's good at math. But the bluffing element of it continues to perplex her, um, because like that's a different kind of cheating. It's not like for her it would make sense like if she wanted to cheat at this game, which she's not gonna do because she's with crew. It would be like hiding cards up her sleeve. It would not be like playing mind games with people.
Okay.
See, and like I'm looking at my focuses, strategy, composure. You probably even add unconventional warfare in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
Failure's the best teacher. Like I've probably played a lot of Tongo.
so. Then I think it's going to come down to Vivek and uh, Tanjat. So, let's have you guys make an opposed roll.
Okay.
Tell me, first, Tom. Tell me what Vivek's strategy is when playing Tongo.
It's a combination. It's like half, in-game strategy, but it's also just kind of intimidate. Decent amount of bluffing too. So I'm trying to, yeah.
Okay, so, let's do. I think just reason. Okay, actually, let's do your presence because you're bluffing,
Mm-hmm.
combined with your science because you are using sort of the mathematics side of it.
Mhm.
And
And then,
go ahead.
is this a social conflict?
Yes.
All right. So does that mean I have an advantage?
Do you have an advantage?
I have cool under
Cool
pressure.
under pressure.
whenever
Consider to have an advantage until you fail a composure test. Yeah. Okay. So, so I think the advantage means you get a +1 to your roll only because I'm having you and Tanjat roll against each other.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so don't roll yet, but you're rolling 2 dice at an 11 or better. What's Tanjat's strategy here? You said he's bluffing a lot.
This is war. Tanjat is like giving up ground to make up, the more important ground, and yeah, there's probably some bluffing and posturing involved, but
So
this is full on. This is a battle. This is a battle of wits.
so daring command.
Okay. Let's see. And how do you use focuses again?
If you have a focus that applies, that means that you get double success instead of just on a 1 on your discipline level or lower.
Okay.
So strategy
So
definitely.
yeah, strategy. I got strategy.
All right. So double success on 5 or less, but we're going for margin of success here since you guys are rolling against each other.
Okay.
And Tom, I really don't see anything that'll apply here.
Yeah, I was gonna be like maybe infiltration, but other than that, not really.
All right, so go ahead and roll.
All right.
That'll be 3 successes.
There'll be no successes.
Okay, Tanjat wipes the floor with all
Yeah.
of you. So who's going to dinner?
Like I say, guys, this is just another battlefield. I'll always come ready for blood. As I'm like cleaning up my little chocolate coins or whatever.
So you are going to dinner then?
You get to choose.
Is that what I win?
You get to choose
Actually-
which of us goes.
Actually, I think I'm supposed to go to all of them, and then
Right.
crew member winds up going.
No, it's not just you.
I think you had to go to the first one.
You had to go the first one.
Well, don't I have a weekly dinner that I have to go to all the time?
No.
That-
Yeah, I thought you had a +1 to the weekly dinner that you were assigned.
Yes, that's what I thought as well. I thought
Right.
I was supposed to go to the weekly dinner, and then there was going to be +1.
That's fair. So who's the +1 then? You won the game, so you get to choose.
I'm going to take Tesora. Because Tesora makes me laugh. He's the weirdest goddamn Vulcan. Coincidentally, probably the only Vulcan I've ever liked.
All right, so as you guys are cleaning up the game, the door to the wardroom slides open, and Lieutenant Gann from engineering walks in with a pad. Says, "Excuse me,
What was
sirs."
his name?
Her name is Lieutenant Gann. She's Ferengi.
Oh, I heard Lieutenant Dan!
Oh, yes, no. So yeah, she walks in and she's like, "Pardon me, sirs, I have a message here for," and then she kind of stops and she looks at like the Tongo board that's half being taken apart. She's like, what's going on in here?"
Tongo!
She kind of she looks around at everybody and she's like, "You guys play Tongo?"
We're allowed, right?
I
Just 'cause
play
if we're not, then
Tongo.
that's not what we're doing. We're learning about this cultural artifact.
I play Tongo. None of the rest of the guys.
Can I play?
Yeah, we'll be sure to invite you to the next one.
Okay. I think we can leave that hanging there for now then. And we'll move on to the actual story. So we'll start with the opening log, which this week will be the science officer's log. Daniel, go ahead.
Science officer's log. Stardate 6044.0.04. Whatever. We press on with our mission to survey the sector for possible colony sites. Now we're en route to the Coppa system. We recovered another cultural artifact on our most recent planet-side expedition. It is scanning as I record this. I wonder, should I feel guilty for reveling in the private joy of giddy anticipation? Or is it un-Vulcan of me? Either way, I am always thrilled to acquire another piece to the puzzle of our fragmented galaxy. It is another primitive calendar. The eons have weathered the sundial almost beyond recognition, but I've learned to spot the patterns instinctively. Another sun god, another pantheon of trickster moons and mighty warrior comets, another zodiac of noble constellations and the mind-twisting horrors lurking in the darkness between them. Tensions between our diverse crew continue, and the captain has warned us that as we push beyond the explored areas of the Alpha Quadrant, we're sure to come into contact with new civilizations. She warns us that our fears and biases will be challenged, but that it is also an opportunity to establish relations and learn more about this region of the galaxy. There is an axiom that has held true in just about every culturally advanced civilization that I have happened upon. It is true here just as I found it to be true in my journeys through the Gamma sector. It is this. As cultures develop, the forces of evolution, curiosity, zealotry, and conflict pull us in so many different directions that it seems impossible to imagine that we have more in common than we have in contrast. But in the beginning, before we lose our innocence to science, before we sheepishly bury our crude superstitions under layers of artistry and personification, before we twist our intuitions to fit the constraints of harsh doctrine and sophisticated mysticism, we all ask the same childish questions about the nature of our existence. And we all start our search for answers by looking to the stars.
Okie doke. So,
Yeah, what she said.
your ship, the Percival, has just entered the outskirts of the Copa system that you were dispatched to. We're gonna make this a slightly harder. Oh Jesus. Okay, shrinking Discord. Since this is a bigger system, and it turns out that those extended tasks are not nearly as difficult as they would seem on paper. This is a work 10 magnitude 4 survey task. So everybody working together to do rolls. We need 4 breakthroughs, which happen when you get more than 5 successes or make more than 10 work. So, I I guess we should start with the captain.
Yep.
How shall we go about starting the survey of the Copa system?
All right. So, what kind of system is it? First off, is it like? Could you give a general description?
It is a series of planets and planetoids in orbit around a star of some sort.
So we know literally nothing.
Literally nothing. You are surveying it.
All right. Well, I think a general scan first out of the gate would probably be a good idea.
Okie doke.
So, Lieutenant Tesora, would you give us a general scan of the system?
Can do. I suppose this is a. Wait, is this your role? Are you doing a leadership thing, or am I rolling a thing?
Yeah, roll the thing. I will do my stuff later
Okay.
because I don't think I could give much of a bonus here, if anything. Yeah.
Well,
no.
everybody's doing work to the same thing, so you could do something more general, like, okay, I coordinate all the different departments.
Yeah, okay, I will. That sounds like a good idea. I will do the captainy thing and play liaise between everyone.
All right, so presence command. Don't really see a focus that applies.
No, there is.
So presence is 11, command is 4, so 15 or better, double success on a 1.
And what is the difficulty again?
Oh, it's just a straight up difficulty 3 across the entire for everybody.
Okay, so with just 2 dice, I'd be able to do nothing.
Unless
I roll a 1.
Yes.
And we don't have any things. Oh, okay.
You know what? Let's do it like this then. The difficulty can slide depending on what the task is. So instead we'll look at what...
So if that's the case, I'm going to take back what I'm doing. For now, I just want to do an assist with Tesora's check.
That works. Okay. So then yours will be the 15 or less. And hers is control science, which is what, also 15 or less.
Yes.
And
astronavigation, if that applies.
It does not.
And then we have to do our little thingy, but I'll figure we'll do our thingy after we find out if it's a success or a failure.
Okay.
Okay. So I start punching in commands and getting a reading of the system, and I will make 2 against a 15. We ready?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh well, I guess I still
You got a
one.
success.
But
I got
hold
one
on.
Tara
success
got
and then
a
the ship.
success.
Quick question.
not.
When I have an assist, doesn't the complication range increase?
Does it? I think it
thought
does.
I think it does.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah. So I am going to re-roll that ship roll because I don't want 2 complications.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Still not a success, but you only have the 1 complication. So I think we're gonna go with communication breakdown for the complication.
You're hovering.
Okay, who else wants to try and take a crack at this?
We have to do our thingy.
Oh yes.
Are you on the bridge, or are you in like a lab or something?
No, I'm on the bridge. That's why I said you're hovering. I think the way that this happens is like you're kind of micromanaging me a little bit.
I'll just eye you and go, how am I hovering if you are doing it in your brain? I'm standing nearby you, Lieutenant.
Yes, and I have to process that through all these inconvenient senses.
Are we on the bridge?
Yeah.
And she's trying to sort of maintain focus and close her eyes and focus on whatever's going on in her brain.
I kind of glare at the cables that are connecting your interlink. Or the little pad. Just always frustrated at those things because of just in my time undercover and how those things always screwed with me. What I wouldn't give for an A. Or what I wouldn't give to not have to deal with those things again. I mumble under my breath as I walk over to the chair and sit down and go, "Fine, no longer hovering, Lieutenant."
I think she could use a shoulder massage. And she mumbles that to herself and makes little Vulcan pinchy hands.
Who's sitting next to you on the bridge? Is it just some crew?
Yeah,
don't know.
it is. Like some ensign, maybe even their first ship or first shift ever on the bridge, like looks over at you with abject horror. Okay, who's taking a crack next?
I crack my knuckles. Like, let me show you how it's done.
Oh, big words there, Vivek. What are you doing?
Sort of akin to what I'm doing last time. I'm going to work on the scanning algorithms and get everything running more efficiently.
Okay, so that's supported by the computers, science, and that would be your control computer. That's your wheelhouse.
Mhm.
So it looks like we're at 17 or less. Focus on computers, so double success on a 5 or better. Oh, and your computer expertise gives you an extra d20.
No, I'm going to suck them all up. Oh.
No, 1, 2, 3, and the ship. No. All right.
Hey, 3 successes. That's
So then
actually a success.
you roll 2d6 plus your discipline, which was engineering, so that's 7. Roll 7d6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 work. And I'm going to have to look this up in the book because I don't remember all the things that you can use those effects for. There we go. Okay. Okay, how much did I say you did?
7 at work,
Seven,
I think.
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Okay, so you automatically do 1 breakthrough for doing more than 5.
Mhm.
Then, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 effects, that's momentum. Here we go. Triumphant, the character achieves a breakthrough, then an additional breakthrough is achieved. Oh. Oh. Okay. So you automatically do another breakthrough. You don't have to spend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
Okay. So these just happen. Scrutinize X. The character ignores resistance. This doesn't have. Character makes an additional X work for each effect rolled. So that's another 1, 2, 3, 4. So work 1 breakthrough. Fuck you, Tom. All right. Ever? Tanjat?
I would
Either,
like
both,
to
all?
try. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would like to try the medical scanners on the system and see what readings I can find that we already have, so that I can prepare a report for the captain with that.
Yes, but I'm going to increase the difficulty by 1, just because that's sort of specific for the number of planets that there are. So go ahead and do control medicine, which is 17, and alien medical research applies. So success on 5 or better.
And I need 3, right?
You need 3. This is going to be supported by the computers, sensors, medicine, which is 12 or better.
Can I use the momentum?
There is no momentum yet.
Okay.
Are there 8 threats?
Yeah, I start off with 2 threats per player.
Oh my.
That was 2d20s, right?
2d20, correct.
2d20s. Okay.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
So you just did 4, so there's a momentum. There you go. No, wait. You needed 4, because the difficulty was 1 higher. Okay. Oh, but the ship did get 1. Yeah, okay, I'm not crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but... Yeah, okay, so then you roll... Also 7d6. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 work, 5, 6, 7 work. So we're at work 8. And you did more than 5, so that's it. You guys surveyed the whole system. I'm not enamored with these extended tasks.
We're more of a role playing group anyway, so we're just kind of knocking them out of the way.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can also throw all of that threat in, because we're going to generate more.
That's true, but for something that was already difficulty 4, like...
Oh.
Yeah, no, you guys just... You yeah. Okay.
You
So,
rolled well.
just like last time, like, there's a little heated moment up on the bridge as the emotionless Vulcan snaps at the captain. and then a message pops up on the main screen: scan completed. And everybody just kind of looks around at everybody else on the bridge, because nobody who's there has participated at all.
I almost feel
Actually,
like
wait.
I am shooting the shit with like some security personnel or something. Just like, nah, they got it.
Actually, to be fair, she was using her brain link, so I totally think it was her doing. Is I'll go, oh, good work, Lieutenant.
What does the sword do?
Good work, Lieutenant. I don't... Would she take credit for that?
Can I just go ahead and tell you that if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough?
Compelling a value?
I am. So I'm giving you an extra determination there.
Okay.
And yeah, you're taking credit for this.
Yes. Yeah, see what I can achieve when I'm allowed to focus.
My eyes narrow at her and then say, thank you for your observation, Lieutenant.
Oh, I could use some advice, though.
And that would be...
Well, Tonjot has chosen me to accompany him to the dinner. What kind of dress code will we be expected to conform to?
casual. Dress casual.
Casual. Very well. I'll see if I have anything in casual.
I'll kind of like look and just say, if you really wish to know, my wife is much more, or the counselor is much more versed in that than I am.
Very well. I may go talk to the counselor.
For more reasons than just that. I mumble.
Yeah, I got to admit, part of the reason I wanted to invite Tesora is I'm pretty sure the captain doesn't really like Tesora, and I
No.
think it's funny.
Why do you think I'm still stuck at lieutenant?
Like, Tesora, unfortunately, you're gonna get invited to a lot of these dinners because Tanja just thinks it's funny.
Well, I think she was definitely, when she hired a Vulcan onto the crew, she was expecting
I didn't hire no one. I didn't get this.
Oh, you
pick
didn't.
my
You didn't
crew.
make that choice.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no,
Oh,
I got assigned all you guys by an admiral. Like, I swear, originally Colin said this wasn't the way the game was leading, but I'm pretty damn sure through roleplay we are the crew that they just dumped onto an experimental ship because they're expendable.
And they think it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like, there's some admiral that just, like, put that together, chuckled to himself, and before he deleted it, he accidentally hit send and was like, "Yeah, that's happening."
All right, so let me tell you guys what you find out about the Copa system. There are 7 planets around a fairly warm main sequence star, kind of like our own, except maybe a little hotter. Oddly, the first planet is a gas giant, which is
Well,
fairly
really rare.
Yeah, fairly uncommon. It's probably an extrasolar capture, meaning that it was floating around and somehow at some point it fell into the sun's or star's gravity well. And
How is the well? Is it leaching off of it?
no, it's not that close.
Okay.
It's not like Mercury close. It's just the innermost planet.
Oh, okay.
Of the 7, there are 2 good prospects for colonization. 2 M-class planets. So the second planet from the star, Copa 2, is fairly large, just surface area wise, and tropical. So a lot of beaches, archipelagos.
So
and-
wet.
Yes, and then there's a cooler, like forested, conifer forest style planet. That's the fourth planet out. There's a third M-class body that's actually one of the moons of the gas giant. It's small with, higher than normally comfortable gravity. It's like 1.4 Earth norm. But it does hold some minerals. So, it could be a prospect as well. You guys do detect a low-level power signature coming from around that moon.
Well, we have a few options here, but does anyone else see that power signature?
Apparently not.
What do you think it is,
I-
Tanja? Could be dangerous.
Can I start poking at my TAC console?
Yeah.
So can I roll control security? Like, I'm more trying to assess its threat level than
Then reason security, I think.
reason security.
If you're trying to determine something, yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So this is a 12. 1 success.
You're not able to figure out what it is from the power signature, but it is low. So it would be much too little power to be a ship or vessel of any appreciable size. And the fact that there's no communication or radiated energy kind of leads it to it's probably not a satellite or anything used for communication either.
Hey, Colin.
All I say is, well, it's not a ship or a satellite. There's not a lot of power.
Go ahead, Tara.
I'm going. I want to give it a scan too because, and use my suspicious by nature. So I'm trying to detect hidden enemies or traps.
Suspicious by nature.
When attempting to detect hidden enemies or traps, or other forms of danger, I can reroll a dice.
Okay, call to action. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong person. Okay, so yeah, you can re-roll if difficulties 2, and if you're just doing a scan, it's still reason or control. I guess they're the same, and security.
Security and shipboard tax systems focus.
Yeah, or investigation, honestly.
Okay, so either one. All right, and this is a 14 or less, and I need 2 successes. I'm gonna roll normally.
Oh. Well, all right then.
That's 3 successes.
Yes, it is. It looks like a survey probe, though it's not a Federation energy signature.
Can I verse the logs? Any other energy signatures, or but I need to spend momentum for that to answer a question?
Yeah, you can spend a momentum to ask.
Which group is it from?
It's Klingon.
Okay. Say it's a Klingon probe, Mr. Tanjat. I am kind of like, really? You couldn't figure that out? I don't say that, but that's the look I kind of give.
Well, I'm sorry. What?
So I say, it is a Klingon probe, Mr. Tanjat.
It is.
No, and I gave you a look like, not you patronize, like almost a look like a ensign right out of academy could have discovered that type of a thing. I'm looking down upon you.
Oh, then I probably give you the look that I've been giving to Cardassian my entire fucking life.
And then
and it just basically says, you can get fucked.
And then I'll say, Lieutenant Tesora, I'd like to investigate that probe before we move on to any planetary settlements. I don't want to get into a territory dispute with the Klingons.
And we can only hope they're as drunk as last time.
I had a good time last time.
Do we want to tractor it aboard or send our own probe over to investigate it closer? We could
Just
drive by.
Move the ship over there and we'll take a better scans of it.
Affirmative. Whoa.
Colin, Ringy.
Known you my whole life, but keep going.
It's the GM thing.
No, you're fine.
Can I start? I want to start running like tachyon sweeps for cloaked Klingon vessels.
I was about to mention that.
That's a good idea. Let let me bring up your character sheet. Tanjat. Okay. I would say then that is control science, and unconventional warfare can apply. So, that was success on a 1.
Yeah.
Supported by the ship. Sensors science.
1. But I am also gonna like send a little message to Sora and just like see if Tesora's got anything to add. Well, just hey, do a quick tachyon sweep.
All right, you want to save the day here, Tesora? Control science.
Yes, I can control science this.
Just while
but
you're also flying the ship.
While I'm also flying the ship, no biggie. What I'm actually wondering is, would this thing be sending a signal that we could maybe intercept, like maybe hack the encryption on wherever it's sending it, and kind of like see what data they're after?
Yes, but it would be broadcast directionally.
Yeah,
So
that's why we need to get
the closer
closer.
you get, the better the chance of being able to intercept it.
Okay.
Did somebody say hacking?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to get Vivek's attention while I fly the ship for him to be on the lookout for, see if you can intercept any outward signals from that probe.
Oh. You know, it's
ahead.
funny. I keep assuming that our Vulcan is our science officer.
She is a scientist.
Okay.
I would have sent that message to a science officer. I'm sorry, Tesora.
No,
It's called delegating.
your character can also be a little bit racist. That's fine.
Okay.
Speciesist,
Well,
I mean.
I have to drive the ship. I have to help you with your tachyon sweep. Do you want me to also hack their signal at the same time?
No, I would have sent that message to our science officer.
Fine.
Like,
I'll do it.
I don't think we technically have a science
I
officer.
am the science officer.
Yeah.
Vivek's the engineer.
oh,
It's a small bridge, all right? It's a small ship. People have to multitask. That's why you're also
No,
the
and
tactical
you know what?
officer.
Do just,
yeah, that's a good point.
you know what? No, forget it, Vivek. I'll do it. And I'm going to go ahead and use my determination to do surge of activity. The character may immediately perform another task as soon as this one is resolved.
Okay.
Yeah, because the scanning went so well.
Yeah. So the first one I'm going to do is what's the first roll? Was I assisting him?
The first roll is you assisting Tanjat with control science.
Scanning. With
Yeah.
control science. I don't think I have any whatchamacallit
No.
focuses for this one. Oh, you know what though? I don't know if I can use determinate. I don't know if I have a value here. I have a thing must be seen to be truly understood, but yeah,
I
you know
mean-
what? I'll guess I'll just take the comment unless I'm gonna do something with my values, but I don't have one that applies. Anyway, here's the assist.
Oh. All right.
So yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's
Is that 2?
That's 2. Oh, no, total. 2 total.
No, I meant did she roll below her science?
Oh, definitely.
Well,
No. And it
but
wouldn't
she
have
doesn't
worked
have a
because I didn't have a
focus,
focus.
Oh yeah, duh.
All right. So yeah, looks clear.
I didn't know what to do with the other screen, so it's just strange.
Okay, so now I'm going to do my driving, which I have helm operations for that one.
I wasn't actually gonna make you roll for that one.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
This
Oh,
is just this is a very simple, just moseying on over.
This is like you driving down the street in your car.
This isn't
Okay.
even that. You hit 2 buttons, the ship turns and goes that way.
All right.
Then I hit 2 buttons.
All right. So yeah, you come up on the probe. It's not cloaked. It's well, it's a probe. I'm not going to tell you more about it. unless somebody does some sort of a scan.
All right. I would like to get the
So-
information being beamed from it, please. Lieutenant or Commander to shit, what is it?
Vivek.
No, yeah, okay, it is Commander Vivek. I was trying to remember.
Mhm.
Commander Vivek, would you please get an information try to see what this thing is scanning for?
Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
definitely hacking because it's,
Yeah.
you know, an
Mhm.
encrypted piece of technology belonging to a independent nation.
Yeah.
Do you need to know Klingon to decrypt Klingon, or how would
No.
that work?
I'm sure the
Okay, universal
computers.
translators.
Yeah. So yeah, control. God damn it, control engineering. I have to throw some different kinds of roles. You know what? Control security,
Okay.
because it is sort of a computer attack, but your computer's focus definitely applies, as does your computer expertise and your neural interface. God damn it. Okay. So 3 dice,
You really just
14
gotta
or
start
better.
sending us to stop doing this kind of
16,
stuff and
16 or
make
better.
us. You really just gotta start putting us up against more.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's only one.
Only one success.
Here's the ship. Was that computers security probably? So that's a second success.
Is it
Anybody
19 a
want?
complication?
no,
No.
no one was assisting.
Well,
And-
so if you want to get an
what kind-
assist, then
I was
you
like,
can
what
eat that
can-
complication.
Yeah, but what can momentum do after a roll?
After a roll, momentum.
I think we
Create
need to.
opportunities. Oh, add. Create problem. Obtain information. Create advantage.
Okay, can't do any of those.
Oh, that's two. Anyways.
Nothing.
I'm trying to think of what my options are.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You don't do it.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I
take
have,
the
I have
Uh,
one more
take the
idea.
complication.
What was the role again? Control security?
Yeah, he's hacking into.
Frankly, I should have done this from the beginning because this is my wheelhouse: espionage, infiltration,
Well, if-
investigation.
I mean, knowing that it's going to get you that complication, you can absolutely support him.
I mean, but
Here's-
I can't do that post haste. I'd.
I'm saying I'll allow it this time.
Here's why I don't think we should.
Okay.
I think if we force this right now, and in character, what I'm advising is that if we try to brute force this, we may set off an alert. I have one other idea that may work. If we could take a small craft out into space and get ourselves near physical range of that probe, we could perhaps install we could hardwire a survey chip into the probe that would feed the data that they're gathering into our computers without them noticing.
Good idea, Lieutenant, but I do not want to start an intergalactic incident with the Klingon Empire.
I believe we established it was intragalactic.
I glare at you.
I heard it in that pause.
And then I'm just going to go, for the time being, we are here. Let's get a deeper scan of this moon. They seem to be interested in it. And I will try to communicate with the high command to see if we can't figure out if they've already tried to lay claim to this or what's going on so we don't have an incident.
Very well.
Desora and Tanjat, no, not Tanjat, sorry, Vivek.
Mm-hmm.
You two get on scanning the planet. I will try to take this call in my ready room. Tanjat, you have the bridge.
I
I immediately look at Tanjat with a sort of devilish look, and I say, how long do those calls usually take?
Jesus.
Tongo. And then I wink and go back to my station, which I guess
You
would
guys
be
do
the
that.
captain's
I'll
bridge.
just go scan the planet.
Some random person like steps into the tactical station.
Yes. All right. So we're gonna do a few things that are all happening simultaneously. Vivek, Tesora, are you playing Dongo instead of scanning?
Wait, during hours. During your shift.
I made a joke, like wink, wink. I said we
Okay.
could get a game of Tago in. Wink. And then sat down on the captain's
Okay.
chair.
Okay. So then, are you doing what you were ordered to do?
So when he says Tongo, what it tells me is, the lesson from Tongo is, if you don't risk, you don't get the rewards.
Oops.
I'm gonna demote so many of you.
I gave no orders. I gave no orders.
So, yeah, I don't know what Vivek wants. I kind of actually want to coordinate this with Vivek if I can. Well, so he's doing the scan of the planet, and we're just gonna ignore the probe. Oh, well, I guess okay. She's gonna go on a diplomatic call. I mean, would it? I'm kind of tempted now that we've already set this up to take a small craft out there and do exactly what I suggested we do.
Okay. Which splat book has the rules for the Jag Corps?
I'm gonna kill you.
I think it's Command.
What-
There's a
what
whole
is
set of
Jag Corps?
Judge Advocate General.
Oh,
Oh,
Because
Yes.
that's
I-
definitely disobeying a direct order.
yeah.
if I she goes out, she thinks about it, and then she sees Tanjat in the command chair and thinks, I suppose if I went and did it, he would be the one who'd get in trouble.
Oh, it'd be both of you, but yes.
Then I'm not going to do it.
Also, you
unless
stand
Tanjat-
up, and my first question would be, Mr. Sora, where are you going?
The fuck are you going?
Yeah.
to go coordinate the planetary scan with Vivek.
Meanwhile, I'm just there scanning the planet.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think you are already doing that when
Okay.
they're having this conversation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, cool.
Vivek, go ahead and give me control science.
Okay.
Since she's not there, so you like walk over to her station
Mhm.
and hit a couple of buttons to
No,
initiate
I'm
the
going to
scan.
assist him. Like if
No,
yeah,
you guys
if-
are like having this. You're having this thought about leaving stuff, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna scan the system.
Okay, go for it.
What's the difficulty?
2, just 2.
Okay. Computer focus.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
No.
Good
okay.
thing I wasn't helping.
So what's the complication here, Tom? Did you break something? No, you're an engineer.
No,
You wouldn't
it's
break
gotta
something.
be something like, because we've been just batshit with
Oh.
command structure today, and like, there's gotta be something along the lines of like, everyone's doing it themselves.
I was honestly thinking something more along the lines of false readings.
Oh no. So it sends out just like a very strong pulse of, sensor energy, whatever that is for active sensors.
Mhm.
And suddenly, Tanjat, you notice a craft exiting warp sort of on the outskirts of the system and moving towards you. All right, so while all this is going on, Captain
I'm trying to
Demore.
get command or with the high command.
Yeah, okay. So again, not going to do the voice at risk of sounding like a flaming racist. This is
Against Klingons?
Admiral Singh.
Oh. Oh, okay. I was no high command, as in like
No, he don't want to be no.
the Klingon high command.
Oh, Klingon High Command for the Alpha
Yeah.
Quadrant or
Got their
for
attention now.
the entire Empire.
The entire or like whoever the Alpha Quadrant branch. I'm just trying to get in contact with the Klingon high command because you know, to ask them politely what they're doing here so we don't step on any toes.
Okay. I think you kind of have to go through the switchboard at for whatever subspace beacon you have. Like, you have to, there's not a direct line from a U.S.
Yeah.
Navy ship to Russian High Command. It's
Yeah.
like you have to go through the State Department or something, but you're able to get a line open, and a grizzled old, Klingon with way too many rank buttons fastened to his shoulders and an eye patch comes on the screen.
Oh, it's not Crazy Eyes.
Crazy Eye.
Crazy Eyes is dead.
Yeah, he is.
Hello, this is Captain Demore of the USS Percival. I am here to contact anyone on the High Command or anyone in the Klingon Empire to ask a question about a probe we have just found.
You can keep it.
A probe in the system. I'll read the system coordinates.
He kind of narrows his eyes and looks down at his borders like, I have no ships in that system. You can keep it as salvage.
Thank you for your time.
He doesn't say anything and ends the call.
I will step out and then into the room outright as they're doing all the shenanigans. Okay. All right, Vivek, you have my permission to go nab that probe or beam the probe aboard and take it apart.
Okay. Is somebody so there's a ship coming in?
Yeah, at this point, I'm actually like in the process of doing a scan on that ship, and I want to hail it.
It's fairly far outside of the system, but you can go ahead and give it a try. Tanjat. Scanning is going to be control science.
I'd like to be back on the bridge in case that wasn't clear.
This is happening simultaneously. I was trying to get yeah. So like you just got on the turbolift to go join Vivek.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Oh, beautiful. Actually, Tesora, back to your station. Scan that ship.
Right, on my way. And I'll try to start doing it from my visor.
Which is why I did the scan myself.
You've already scanned it?
No, I was saying the reason you called her back, which is why I ended up doing the.
Oh yeah,
scan of
because
the
she
planet myself.
she just never showed up.
Yeah.
And you're like, fine, have to do everything around here.
So yeah, I'm scanning that ship, right?
Yeah. So let me switch sheets. Zora. Control science. That's 15. No.
Can I do small crafts?
focuses? No.
Oh,
No.
wow. Okay.
You're in.
Okay,
You're in a
here we
big
go.
ship.
Yeah, but aren't they driving a small craft?
Well, you don't know yet.
We don't know.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
that's 1. Difficulties 2.
Ship.
Oh, the difficulty is too. Well, can I use my ship die?
Oh, duh, yeah, ship. I thought you said shit. Sensors science, so that's 11. God, you guys really ought to upgrade your science at some point. Oh, but it's enough.
Hey, ship came
There's your
through.
2. You want to re-roll that?
I forget. When I re-roll it, can I keep either
No.
result or do I
No,
have to choose?
you have to
Then
take the
no.
new one.
Then no. Okay, then no.
Oh, all right. That's enough. Yeah, so it is radiating or I guess it has shields that are blocking a lot of energy, like from across the spectrum. So usually, starship shields are, they're tuned to very specific frequencies, which would be just sort of like the normal background radiation in space and common weapon frequencies. This shield is beyond anything you've ever seen or even heard about before. It covers a really broad range of like the spectrum, and it's incredibly powerful. And it also bears mention that this ship is almost as big as a Borg cube. It's of a
Holy God.
you can't get a lot of readings of the ship itself, because your sensors just can't do anything around the shield. Like visual records from long range cameras, you've never seen any ship with this configuration before.
You said a Borg cube?
Yeah, it's
The size
almost
of-
as big as a Borg
Okay.
cube.
So this is all coincidence, but you're hitting all of Tessora's secret backstory points. And the moment she sees that, she goes like all of the sort of joking, disobedient, shit that she was kind of on before. She is serious as hell. Like, in fact, she's very afraid. So she turns to Tanja and she says, "Tanja, are you seeing these results? Does it look like what I think it looks like?"
What do you think it looks like?
Well, it's big. It's technologically advanced. And these sizes conform to the only ships I know this big are Borg cubes.
And the Alpha Quadrant?
Yeah, like Borg don't spend much time out here.
Okay, so for a sense of scale, a Borg sphere is.
Sorry, did you say sphere or cube?
For reference, a sphere is scale 7, and a cube is scale 12 or 13. 13.
And
This
we're
is
scale what,
scale
5?
10. You guys are scale 5. Or is it 4?
Okay.
You're scale
Okay,
4.
sure. Yeah.
What are they doing right?
Heading right for you.
Well, in the meantime, while I just ordered them to transport the probe onto our.
Yeah, okay. Transporter. That sounds like engineering.
That's why you failed the scan so hard. You're just like, nobody showed up to help you, and they keep piling jobs onto you.
All right. Vivek, go ahead. I guess it's going to be difficulty 3 unless you're beaming it somewhere other than a transporter pad.
I mean, how big is it?
Like torpedo sized?
Okay, then it'll fit on a pad.
It will fit on a pad, yes. So that's control, engineering, transporters, and replicators. So your usual
Mm-hmm.
2 dice at 17 or better, double success on 5 or better.
And you can add a momentum to add a dice, right?
Yes.
I'll do that.
All right, 3 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the ship. Ship is, I think, sensors engineering for this, which is 12.
Probably.
It says somewhere in there, and I read it and committed it to memory and then promptly lost it. Well, it doesn't do anything,
You
but it
can
doesn't
reroll
matter.
no.
Oh,
Yeah, it
shit.
doesn't matter. No, that's okay.
Well, you may want that momentum.
Oh, yeah, true.
You still didn't get it. Okay. Yeah, so it materializes, and, it's got some drawings all over it. It has eyes painted on it and little, like, outlines of tribbles, and then X's through them. And then, like, the one piece of marking on there that is, I guess, standard or, printed on there instead of just drawn on by board crew members. It just says the IKS Chalnagup, which, if anybody remembers, is the name of the ship that you guys helped out last session.
Oh.
Oh no.
Or that was about 5 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now I'm alerted that there's a ship coming. That's huge.
Yes.
Yeah, you probably walked in.
I mean, am I alerted? Are you telling me that, Tanjat?
Well, I mean, yeah. I was working on getting some information before I told you anything, but now I have some information.
Okay. I will step
really
out of my
fucking
ready
big.
room.
I'm probably like looming over to Sora, and I hit my badge. Tanchat's captain.
Captain here?
You might want to get back to the bridge. We have coming.
I will step out of my ready room right onto the bridge.
Yeah, I mean the
No,
only
we're
view
beaming.
you
This time I'm
have
gonna walk.
the only view you have is, like, the super zoomed in, low resolution outline of some weird ship.
And
mean-
their shields are already up.
Their shields are up.
All right, yellow alert, shields up.
As a yellow alert hits, could
Oh wow, that's awesome.
There was an interesting yellow portal.
I go through it.
Okay, people were saying things before the yellow.
I was wondering if I could say what I was doing during all this time.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is
Okay,
the
so that's
hazard of
problem
playing a
the
doctor.
though.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
That's
Go ahead.
I was just thinking that maybe it would be just better if after I made all the reports, he just the doctor just went back into his quarters and locked everything up. And he has this little playpen with a little maze for the tribbles, and he just notes and researching for prosperity.
So-
The yellow alert hits, and he just freaks out, and he's like, 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's all. And then he just locks everything up, and then he gets back into the bridge.
Okay, wait a minute. Did you just count 3 triples?
Well, I was thinking that 5 weeks, how many would
Yeah.
those be?
Well, yeah, we'll say there's 3. That's good. That's good. Because they have the lowered or the lowered breeding.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page. Yeah. So yellow alert just means that everybody kind of goes to their emergency station, which for you, would be the medical bay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to make some medical.
Don't worry. I'm just
We'll
enjoying the scene.
try to get shot so we can.
Have you hailed them yet?
I did actually declare that I was hailing them.
Yes, you did. They did not respond.
Yeah, they're pretty well ignoring us, Captain.
All right. I mean, Are they heading directly towards us?
Oh, they're making a beeline.
All right.
I'm probably I've probably already gotten back to the tactical tournament.
As for now, we will wait and see what happens. Lieutenant, get ready, get prepared for evasive maneuvers. But for now, we
Oh,
have
I've
to
been prepared for
assume
that.
that they're non-violent. But
No, we do not.
I do want to send a message to Vivek. Vivek, you just keep scanning and keep looking at that thing. I want to know every find out.
Okay. It worked so well last time. Let me try again.
No, I mean I want you to make this a long task. I want you to just
Mm-hmm.
I want you to spend time on this. And then actually, how long until they get to us?
We'll say less than an hour.
Okay. And then I would like to look for any of the system that might have tactical advantage for us. Debris fields or
No debris fields, but I mean you are in orbit around a planet or a moon that's in orbit around a gas giant. So you've got some cover. It's what you would call a class 3 hazard, meaning that if you're within sort of within the confines of the gas giant, everything is difficulty 3, or I guess 3 times worse rather.
okay.
Otherwise, since you're so close to the sun, you could use the sun to your advantage as well. In terms of combat zones, close range is the planetoid, medium range is the gas giant, and long range is probably halfway to the sun.
Okay. What does being sunward? What kind of advantage does that get?
I would say the star is like a class 5 hazard, meaning that
Okay.
everything is 5 times worse.
Actually, I guess a more pertinent question: what kind of range does our lance have? Would it be beneficial for us to be in that gas cloud and
The range on the lance is long.
oh, still get drop? Think, yeah, Captain. Can I make a suggestion?
go right ahead.
If we were to get close to that planet, we could potentially use the gas giant, game of cat and mouse if it comes to that. Out of our,
I mean, how far is the planet?
we could get to it much closer or sooner than they can get us.
I mean, get to the safe distance from it, but we still need to assume that they are non-hostile until we do not fire first in the Federation.
No, we do not. But
that is a good idea.
close
Get in
to
the
it.
safe range.
I will send a coordinate to Sora.
Okay, are you getting in orbit, or are you actually entering the gas
I
giant?
think for now we'll get into orbit, but kind of keep a foot in the ability to go into the gas.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy to, I mean, break the moon orbit and go into orbit of its larger body. Anything else going on for the hourish? Vivek.
I mean, I'd like to get that thing cracked open, but
Tanjot ordered Vivek to scan the ship. Is that sticking, or do you want him to crack the probe open?
scanning the ship is more pressing. I'll let some of the
The probes from our drunk buddies. I'll let you know that.
oh. All right. You know what? I will try to break into it from. Can I try to break into it up here just from general hackingness while we wait?
I suppose. We'll do control engineering.
All right. With what would this be? Infiltration.
Well, you're not
Investigation?
infiltrating anywhere. You're hacking or cracking, I guess. Shipboard tax systems.
Investigation.
Espionage is a bit of a stretch, but it's the closest one.
So give it, and it's difficulty what?
What was it the last time I made you roll, Tom? When you didn't get it, 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
All right, then. Actually, you know what? Screw that noise. Yes, I will command the Vivek to break into this, and I will worry about the scary ship because that is way more my wheelhouse.
Okay. Vivek. Control engineering. Focus on computers.
And you have the ship help me.
Yeah, of course the ship is going to help you.
Sucked.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is a planetary survey probe that looks like it had been gathering mineralogical data from the planetoid and had some sort of malfunction and was just never collected.
Gotcha. It's just sort of debris from our our drunk friends, but I got some good data off it.
Yes, you did.
All right, and then I will try my hand at scanning that thing.
All right,
as it's getting
control
closer.
science. So that's 11. Shipboard tax systems makes sense, so double success on a 2.
And I will do the enemy hidden my question everyone thing, and I will spend. What's the difficulty?
Oh, you're spending determination?
No, I don't need to for that. It's just I was reminding you I had it.
Question everything?
Not question everything. My ability, suspicious by nature.
When attempting to detect hidden enemies, traps, or other forms of danger. So are you searching for something in addition to the ship that's flying towards you?
I want to know if they're like charging weapons and being, we don't know anything about them, so I'm trying to discover their dangerous intentions or not.
I still don't know that that's hidden.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay.
I read the or other forms of danger.
Detect hidden enemies, traps, or other. Oh, okay, not hidden. Other forms of danger. Yeah, okay, whatever. Go for it. Suspicious by nature. In the name, that feels accurate. So go ahead.
What is the difficulty? I think I made his brain explode.
No, I'm looking because the shields are literally impervious. Like the way that they're designed, they can't really be penetrated by sensors, but you do have cameras, and
Well, then if we're doing it by cameras, if we can't get through the engineering, maybe have it be reason security instead. So I'm eyeing them visually.
insight security, I think.
Okay. All right.
And except support tax systems doesn't really apply there anymore.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, unless investigation or espionage covers it.
No.
Okay. So this is on a 14 or less, and difficulty is
3.
3. I will burn a momentum then. I will.
Can I assist here?
Absolutely.
Okay, I will assist.
Okie doke.
How are you assisting?
What exactly are you trying to do again? Are you just doing a scan?
I can't. Well, since the scans can't get through, I probably tried scanning it a couple times and just bounced back, and then I looked, and so now I'm just poring over the visual information we're getting in, trying to make a tactical assessment.
So she's sort of reading their movements.
Can I review some of the data to see if maybe she overlooked it? Like just some of the readouts using kind of just mathematics or something, like look at technobabble, the reverse polarity on the frequency of their shields or something like that.
I will say yes, but you are limited to only the information about their shields, because that's literally all you can scan. So it'll probably just color the nature of my response.
Oh, okay. So basically she's just eyeballing the thing?
She's using insight. So it's like she's looking at their movement patterns and, looking at the exterior of the ship through cameras and trying to figure out,
Oh, you know what? Actually, I am going to do the exact same thing, because I have, and I think I might actually use determination here. My value is a thing must be seen to be truly known. And if it's a Borg ship, I have seen this thing before.
Okay.
All right, so I start off. I already spent the momentum. It seems you took it off for me. This is 14 or less on, and then thing rolls on a 1. It's difficulty 3, you said?
I did say 3.
All right. Come on, don't screw with me. 2 successes.
Okay.
I will re-roll that 16.
Go for it.
3 successes, but you're still helping out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So wait, which determination spend are you using? Extra D20 that automatically rolls a 1. Reroll all dice in the dice pool, or take another task, or create an advantage.
Oh, the advantage might be nice. But that's up to Daniel.
Okay. You want me to roll?
Well, you have to choose what you're using that determination for. Do you want to spend? Basically, you have the option to make have an extra dice, but have that automatically be 1, gaining us 2 more successes.
Sorry, for some reason I thought he was asking you what to do. Okay. Let's see. Use the determination to a single bonus D20, counting as a 1. Or an advantage. What kind of advantage could we make here? Can I
prepare?
We're still actually, can I knock out a complication? Because we still have that communication breakdown complication, and I don't know if advantages can be used in that way, or if I can just eventually, if I roll a 1, can one of those successes be used to remove the complication?
Potentially, but since we're rolling like for a sensor use sort of like look, I'd like it to apply to that somehow. As far as like an advantage would go,
Like
some
prepared or something like that.
or
Right.
you could even like, since you're scanning specifically their shields, um, you could you
No,
could identify some sort of a weakness to them.
No, he said he was doing the exact same thing as
yeah,
me.
like
Okay.
what the way I see this happening is if you are literally just looking at their ship, I want Tesora to stand next to you and look at the ship too.
Or hell, you don't even need to be standing next to me. You're sitting at your thing with your brain hooked up to it.
Well, um, okay. I
But
mean,
yes, it's the
I'm
same.
gonna go ahead and
It's
just
the
roll the
exact same.
assist.
All right, but you. So did you want to spend that determination or not?
Yes, we'll use an advantage, but let's see what kind of advantage can we set the advantage after we actually gain some information?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll. And I think what we're doing here is maybe just insight science, because I think we're taking guesses, right?
Reason science.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
mine was reason security, but reason science for you.
Okay, I'll do reason science.
All right, so that's an additional momentum.
Success. Yes.
All right, so yeah, from a visual perspective, the ship is not. I guess it doesn't have an optimized, uh, like hull design. It's obviously not meant for atmospheric use. There are a number of protrusions on the front that you can only imagine are weapons of some sort. Um, the drive, it isn't impulse like the Federation and most other races use it. You know, it is sort of, it's some technobabble different way. You know, it's a different.
Ion thrust.
Sure, exactly. Yeah. It's not super efficient, but it's not a terrible terrible mode of transportation as far as those things go. You know, it's not chemical rockets. You know, it's
Yeah.
just the Federation and most of the Alpha Quadrant races moved away from this sort of propulsion a century ago, or whenever the breakthrough for impulse power happened. It was actually like 2.5 centuries ago.
Okay.
My point is that these guys just haven't their propulsion systems aren't as advanced as yours, uh, even though their shields are obviously quite a bit more advanced than yours.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
So what do you want that advantage to be then, Daniel?
That maybe we have a maneuvering advantage if I sort of know what their engine, strong points and weak points are. I can figure out, what the best way to do evasive maneuvers around these guys are.
Clunky ship.
Yeah, sure.
Steers like a truck.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else before the ship approaches closer?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
just because
For-
I'm assisting, I
Yeah,
want.
Oh
we
yeah.
are-
Oh yeah. Duh. 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 Yeah. Do your thing.
I say to the captain in a more kind of serious and ominous voice, and to sort of says, "This is starting to feel like the last mission I flew with the Vulcan Expeditionary Group. We were deep in Klingon territory, carrying a cache of sensitive military data that we'd found on a Borg ship. Borg ambush ship. The Borg ambushed us, and we were caught between them and the Klingons. And well, suffice to say, we barely made it out of there alive."
Looks and says, "Well, that's foreboding." And I look it over and goes, "I don't think it's Borg though. Their engines are not up to snuff, but they definitely already have the firepower to cause us some trouble." And I'll look over to Tonjot and say, "How have the tests, or how have the tests been for the Lance?"
They've been good, but I'm not putting all of my bets on it, and then I go back to my taxation. What I wanted to be working on, I want to take a look. I want to get to know our battlefield better.
Okay.
So I want to be studying the planet. And I'm looking for places where there's like cross currents of wind we can use to our advantage, like get their clunky. No, I'm glad you said clunky engine. Thinking about this, said that, but like places where like we could maneuver through the current, but because they're big and clunky and they move like a truck, where the turbulence might screw with places where we can use our ability to outmaneuver them to max potential. I'm looking for cloud plumes that like we could hide in there and it would screw up sensors.
So it sounds like you're trying to create an advantage.
That does
That
sound
is
like you're trying to create an
exactly
advantage.
what I am trying to do. I'm looking for. I want this fight to happen on our terms.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and difficulty is a flat 2. And if you're doing this by studying the planet, I would say probably reason science or even reason, not security in this case. Reason con
Sure?
could work.
I mean, I'm not looking to know anything about the planet. I'm looking to know, like this is all tactical. Like everything I am looking at is tactical.
Like he's trying to do the things like
There's a Sun Tzu battle map situation.
The Maquis did in the Badlands kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to create an advantage that'll work with security, but there's no way that skills at
Oh, that makes sense. So the con makes sense if you're looking for moving around. I get what you're saying there, Colin.
Yeah, so you're using your knowledge to improve the security, but like security as a discipline doesn't necessarily apply towards like scanning the planet and figuring out when a dust storm is going to erupt or something.
I'm not looking to scan a planet. I'm looking, like, I don't even necessarily want to be on the scans. I want to be looking down at the planet.
That would get you much less information.
What is your con at, James?
3.
3? That's not bad. I mean, like.
Well, yeah, but my reason's also 8, so rolling it's an 11.
Yeah, then just burn one thing, burn a momentum. And I assume he gets a ship assist.
Yeah. I mean, basically anything you guys. Well, I don't know if he's not using the sensors, then I don't know how the ship.
Well,
works.
I mean, I guess I'd use the sensor.
I don't see why you wouldn't use the sensors.
Yeah.
So with a con reason, then that's 2, and then spend a momentum, that's 3.
Could
And then
I argue insight?
No. Insight is specifically for dealing with creatures.
Oh.
I would say just use a determination and do unconventional warfare. Or what was your?
That's a focus.
Do you have a value? Yeah, sorry.
Maybe field tested, admiral approved.
Yeah.
If you're looking at using determination, although this is just a difficulty 2 to create an advantage.
Yeah, I just like shit. So... Oh wait. So I have to spend a determination value? Is that how that works?
I mean, if you want to, you could spend a momentum and just get the extra dice.
But that could I get a confirmation question?
Sorry, your mic keeps cutting out. Say that again.
Is this better? Okay. Determination. How do you use determination?
All right, so you find a value that fits the scene.
Okay.
And if you have one, then you check it off or cross it off so you can only use it once per episode. and then you spend the determination, and then you can use one of the 3 determination spends on the reference sheet. That's a point of determination, can be spent to grant you a bonus d20 that automatically rolls a 1. Reroll all of the dice in your pool, or perform another task as soon as this one is resolved, or immediately create an advantage that applies to the current scene. So really, if you're going to spend the determination, then you wouldn't have to roll. You could just spend it to make the advantage.
Okay. Yeah, how about something as simple as home field advantage?
Love it. So you've got home field advantage, and you've got turns like a truck. And did you use field tested Admiral approved?
I did.
Okay.
Oh,
How to check.
hey, by the way, just of note, the next difficulty of my next task is reduced by 1 as long as it has to do with that ship. I forgot I have regimented mind. I spent a moment to. Oh wait, never mind. Cancel that. I didn't gain information from it. Yeah, never mind. I spent a moment to get the dice roll, not the.
Okie doke. So the ship comes into what I would call close range, and stops. You know, still kind of what you imagine is the front of the ship facing you, and you do receive a hail.
I will open the channel.
Okay, so the creature is humanoid, but not as flatly humanoid as most Star Trek aliens seem to be. Meaning, you know, it's
So
not
they
just
spent a little CG budget on this one.
yeah. So they okay, you can only see one of them, but the skin around like the neck and the shoulders is, I guess, puffy or thick. Chubby cheeks. Think like Star Trek alien version of the Michelin Man almost. Like so
Okay.
they're big and broad and kind of puffy. Like a tall Centauran, I guess. Well, you don't know how tall they are, but you know how the Centaurans are kind of flat?
Yeah.
Yeah. So very yeah, sort of bulky, thicker neck. He's like, "We are the Baroka, and we claim this system."
I am Captain Demore of the USS Percival, and what rights do you have to claim in this system?
We were here first. We have decided that we would take some of the resources of the system for ourselves. And you are very small.
2 good points.
I kind of narrow my eyes at them and then go, size doesn't mean might.
He narrows his eyes and leans forward. He's like, "Would you care to test that?"
Just to be clear,
Yes.
are you making a threat towards a Federation starship?
I'm making a threat to you. You are in our territory. If you want to leave under peaceful terms, then you must give us something of value.
Like what?
We would accept whatever you have. Or what do you have to offer as tribute?
I am. Okay.
Gold. We'll just give him a bunch of gold.
All right.
We have a third tribble now.
So. No,
Highly
I
volatile and experimental prototype weapon that is
I-
quite powerful.
am gonna remind you. You could definitely tap one of my values right now. The universe doesn't need to like you. I mean, can I
Okay.
tap my,
Yes.
can I
Sold.
tap my own value?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'm tapping my own value and go. We will not offer the likes of you tribute just because you show up puffing up your big jowls like some kind of slorbeling blowfish. Does not mean that you are more mighty than us. Now back down and respect the neutral territory that this system is.
Where are you
I'm-
from? Go ahead.
I'm just declaring that I am glancing at Tanjot very, very nervously with a "oh no, she didn't" kind of like, what's going on? Are we going to get in a fight?
I've got my hand on the little macro that I've set up that takes us to battle mode. Like I am literally just like hand hovering over that. And
Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
When you look back at Tanjot, his kind of typical gritty
great. You
demeanor
want
has
this
just
to
turned
happen.
fucking cold. No, I don't think Tanjot wants it to
Oh.
happen. But I think like his whole entire face goes from, his kind of jovial demeanor to cold. Like just nothing. Like a Vulcan might be impressed.
Sorry. He asked where we were from. I am.
Well, it was actually, I got cut off a little bit, but it was, where are you from that you can say that our territory is unclaimed?
We see no settlements nor anything of your species in this system other than you showing up and demanding that we give you tribute.
So we have to adhere to your laws in order to claim territory? What about our laws?
I'm not saying we have to adhere by our laws. I am saying that you show up and start threatening my ship and not to I mention answering this hail hours ago. You come threaten us with no provocation.
You are trespassing. You can give us tribute and leave, or face destruction. I will give you 10 minutes to decide, puny ones. And the screen blinks off. Visuals on the ship.
Battle stations. I am fuming.
You get out before I hit the button.
We're not going to use these 10 minutes.
Battle stations. I want those shields scanned during the time we have and ready to be taken down.
How many times are we going to keep scanning the same shields?
Just scan them.
And we'll scan them
Lieutenant.
again. And I guess I'll scan the shields again.
Okay. What have we been doing? Control science?
Yes.
And supported by the ship's sensors science. All right. looks clear. And what are we doing for that?
Probably that. Okay, so like, can this scan be obvious? Like they see us scanning the shields, and then they say like, now you have 5 minutes just for doing that because like you obviously aren't taking 10 minutes to think of a diplomatic solution.
You don't get an exact time limit, but as soon as your scan, like as the active energy goes out as part
Yeah.
of the scan, you see a whole bunch of holes open on the front of their ship that look suspiciously like torpedo tubes.
Can I re-roll that 16 though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, not bad. So that's 2 successes.
But we needed 3.
We needed 3. Can I use momentum now?
No, you cannot use. Yeah, you have to use momentum
It has
ahead
to
of.
be before the roll. Damn. Oh, okay. It's the same scan as before.
I mean, he could use a determination now.
Can I?
To re-roll all the dice in a pool.
To re-roll all of the dice in a pool.
Meaning that
Would
6
I-
and that 20.
You know what? Yeah, I think that might actually be good. I would prefer to avoid rolling the 20. So would
Wait.
I?
What did you already use one of the determinations that you had, right?
I used a determination once, yes, but you gave me one in the beginning.
Yes. And you used a thing must be seen, right?
Yes. What was it? Oh yeah, to help with her. Mhm.
And we already also crossed off if you're not cheating.
Yes. The one I have now is the oldest and strongest fear is the unknown.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sold.
So did the tube still open since?
Well, let's re-roll those 2.
Yeah, let's re-roll. Okay. So I'll re-roll these 2. Can I now spend a momentum?
No, because we're re-rolling the pool.
Okay, cool.
Oh, are you shitting me?
Wow.
Screw you, dice.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, everything that we already said happened.
Well, it's the same damn scan as the last 3 times.
Okay.
All right. Then I am going to spend one of my determination to tap cover yourself. It can save your life.
Okay.
To create an advantage that is something along the lines of like cocky enemy or something like that, or warlike enemy. You can something along the lines of like knowing thy enemy a little bit.
Yeah.
Your arrogance will be your fall.
God, I like there's something and it's almost there, like a saying about how about pride goeth before the fall.
There you go.
There we go.
So what do we have right now? Moves like a truck, pride, and what was that last one we had?
Home field advantage.
Yes.
Home field advantage. And then at the end of the 10 minutes, are they shooting us?
He radios first. Is like, well, have you decided to pay us our tribute and go on your way, or shall we turn you into a pile of molten slag?
I'm just gonna go. You can try, and then I think we're starting combat.
I think we are too. So we're going to commercial. Everybody can. Yeah, we'll be back in. Was it 7:55 Mountain? Yeah. 5 minutes. We'll start it on the hour. You're listening to Star Trek Pathfinder on the Kobold Cafe. And we're back on the cusp of combat with the ship that identified them as being the Baroka. You don't know if that's a race or the name of the ship, or maybe the guy was speaking as the Royal We. Who knows? Okay, so before we get too into the crunch of things, let's talk about bridge positions. I have a handout here. All right.
I want to be on the con. I want to be on the con.
Please. Okay, so commanding officer, that one's probably pretty evident. Helm. Is there a character that wants Helm? I guess Tesora, you've got the highest con.
Yes.
Do you want that or sensor operations?
Helm.
Helm. Okay. Navigator, there's probably nobody at that station. Sensor operations, there's nobody at that station. Security oversight is internal security. Probably nobody at that station. Tactical systems, I imagine that's Tanjat.
I would imagine.
Communications, no. And then internal systems control. So, Vivek, I guess you're the only wild card. There's two options for you. There is internal systems, which is a bridge position.
Yeah.
Which is sort of like power management and damage control, transporters, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you can do all of that shit from engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Further, any internal systems task, with the exception of operating transporters, attempted while in main engineering is reduces its difficulty by 1.
Yeah, I'll just do it from engineering.
Okay. Some complex technical tasks, especially those related to the ship's engines, must be performed in main engineering. So really, there's no reason not to. But
Yeah.
I think they put the bridge position there so that you can have two people with engineering skills doing shit.
Yeah.
Okay, and Everoth, if and when he comes back, will be in sickbay, which, once you guys suffer a breach, can actually be kind of useful. Okay. So this is our first combat. I'm not
keep talking our way out of shit.
going to roll for this. Tara, who shoots
Yeah.
first?
Who shoots first?
On.
Like, this is actually kind of an important question.
I mean, I will charge weapons, but I'm not shooting yet.
So
I
they
feel
shoot
like
first?
if we shoot first, if we were to shoot first, it would have to be a challenged value, or not a challenged value, but like one of those. I'd like to get a determination out of it.
Yeah, actually,
I
that's...
think-
So, actually, then, Tanjat. Absent a direct order to open fire from the captain, let me look at your values here. I don't actually see one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, I think Tanjat is a steely-eyed fighter, and he's just waiting for... He's the guy, you know, how do you know they're shooting at us?
You could probably tack my cover yourself.
Well, I was going to
I
add some
think I've
drama
got a
to the scene.
Well, I think what I'm actually doing is linking up a couple photon torpedoes to impact the same spot. Like, basically, I just want to set up a macro that it hits go, and then when it fires the lance, a couple of photons also shoot out and hit the exact same spot, like, seconds later.
I think what
Yeah,
Carl was
no.
trying to determine was if he could poke you into shooting first with a value.
But I didn't see one.
Yeah, no, I'm a steely-eyed soldier. Like,
Also, I think Admiral approved maybe means that you don't do that kind of shit.
I would, yeah.
All right, so Tara, if you want to take a determination, you can tap cover yourself. It can save your life. Otherwise,
mean-
they're going to shoot first.
I mean, he pissed me off. I'm leaving it up to you.
No, I'm leaving it up to you.
God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're shooting first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I think Admiral approved also means no, ma'am. I can't do that.
I love
You
it.
have already tapped that one, though, so I can't give you determination for standing your ground like that.
No, I understand.
Okay.
But I'm still gonna do it. It's good
Okay.
role playing.
Yeah, no,
No,
it's
ma'am.
great. No, go at it, you two.
Tonjot, no. Fire laser phasers.
No, ma'am. Starfleet does not fire first. I cannot obey those orders.
I glare at him, and do we get shot now?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'm opening my mouth to excuse him from the bridge as we
Okay.
get shot.
All right. So the enemy ship is at close range. Medium range is the planetoid, or to like inside of the surface of the gas giant.
Okay.
Long range is kind of empty space, and extreme range is the
Son.
the star. Okay. So then let's look at home in the star. Create advantage. Making an attack. The attacker chooses the weapon they plan to attack with. It is an energy weapon. Attacker then nominates a viable target for that weapon. Your ship. They're not targeting a specific system. All right, the attacker attempts a control plus security attack or task assisted by the ship's weapons plus security, with the difficulty determined by the weapon used. For energy weapons, the difficulty is 2. All right, so they are firing energy weapons. So their crew is proficient, which is 9/2, so 9, 10, 11. 2 dice, and 11 or better, difficulty 2. I am spending
A threat.
a threat. So there is
Oh, fuck.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Assisted by the ship's weapons plus security. So the ship's weapons are 9, plus security is 2, so that's also 11. 5. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus is right. That's to make up for all the nice rolls you guys had last time, I guess.
Right?
In addition, if the target is not in the weapon's optimal range, it is. All right. If the task is successful, the attack inflicts damage described in damage and repairs below. All right. Roll to determine which system was hit on the table below. So, rolling 1d20. The system hit is your number 7, which is sensors. When a vessel is successfully hit, it inflicts damage first to shields, then possibly to the ship's systems. All right. Attacks and other hazards have a damage rating, quality of dice. Right. Okay, so then they're going to roll their dice, which is 5, plus the ship's security, which is 2. So there's 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really? 1, 2.
I see a lot of 1s and 3s, so
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. At the start of a new scene. Okay. So if the attack has any resistance, it doesn't reduce the damage for each point of total resistance. So it doesn't actually get through your shields. It doesn't even damage your shields.
Now whose turn is it?
Your side.
Shield's still at maximum.
So anybody that, well, I mean, Tesora can kind of tell somebody to take an action or take an action herself to. Do you have the handout up?
I have the handout. I'm looking at the con actions, but I suppose I could also do. Let's see, because yeah, there's command communications. Is that what you're talking about? The starship combat actions?
Yes. There's one for each bridge position.
Right. What's my bridge position? What's the bridge position of the helm?
Con.
Okay. Okay.
Which our
Because the
ship's
only
good.
thing, yeah, what I actually been looking for is where the text specifies the way that values are scratched off when you tap them. Because what I'm trying to figure out is, are values, do you scratch them off when you use them beneficially, and also when you sort of compel them the way you did negatively?
Yes.
Okay. So the problem, I have one value left that has not been scratched, and but I don't have any determination to use it. So if I were to compel it to gain determination, I would not then be able to spend that determination on any remaining values unless I can tap the directive. What is our directive?
That is a wonderful question. Directives survey the Copa system and determine its viability as a Federation colony system, and as always, the Prime Directive.
So yeah, unless I were to use determination to achieve either of those, I don't think. Yeah, okay. Well, then I guess I can't really play with values, and I can't play with determination, which means that I am just raw dogging a daring con roll, which is not great. But I do have the ability to re-roll. Oh, you know what? I wonder. I do have walking encyclopedia, so I could get. Oh, I'd have to spend 2 momentum for this, though. Okay, well, I guess I'll just do evasive action and hope that the computer can save me.
Okay, so wait, what are you doing?
I'm the correct thing to do now would be evasive action, right?
I would think so, Captain.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Increase difficulty of attacks against ship by 1.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that that's probably where we need to be, unless Tanjot wants me to go to a specific place in his battlefield.
Oh, I've probably already like part of that was, I sent you all that data.
Okay.
I don't know if I doubt
Remember,
we
it just
specified
creates
that,
an
but-
advantage. So the
Well-
advantage will come in when it is appropriate.
Okay.
But I mean,
But the
we
advantage
also
was,
kind of picked a place that we're
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
get that advantage, correct?
Yeah.
is there any sort of like hazards in this battlefield that would make it particularly difficult for them, given that they're shitty at maneuvering?
Do you want to create another advantage?
Well, I was saying, like, if there is, if home field advantage and moves like a truck means that, passing through an asteroid field or something like that would be
Well,
worse
but
for them than for
my-
us, you know what I mean?
My thinking was like what I was trying to do was like gas giants are turbulent, terrible places to be.
This is true.
So I mean, that was kind of my thought. Home field advantage kind of also meant like I've picked a spot where we're gonna be a little more maneuverable, and they're going to be, hampered by a lot of wind.
Okay, so if I were to use evasive maneuvers, evasive action, would I be able to use the two advantages that we've created here, moves like a truck and home field advantage?
Home field advantage would work. Moves like a truck would not.
Moves like a truck would not work against evasive action?
Moves like a truck talks about their ship specifically. Evasive action is you moving your ship.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Cool.
like they're going to have a harder time moving because they move like
Got
a
it.
truck.
Okay, cool. Well, then I will just do evasive action against my daring con, which makes it a difficulty of 13. I do have helm operations as a focus, and I will be able to re-roll the computer roll if that fails.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm going to spend a momentum because we still only have 2.
And the difficulty is 1, but since you have the advantage, the difficulty is 0.
Cool.
Oh, excellent.
And this
So that gives
uses
us
1
momentum.
of your ship's power.
And then the ship.
The ship is structure plus con, so 14, and it always has a thing. All right, so you got 2.
2 momentum.
Sure.
And
and I-
for the remainder of the turn, or I guess the round, all right, until the flight controllers. Okay, so until your next turn, Tesora, all attacks
Yes.
against the ship and all attacks made by the ship increase the difficulty by 1.
Okay, I would like to immediately spend that 2 momentum to gain an additional focus for the remainder of the session.
Okay.
Using Walking Encyclopedia. And I am going to get something about like prototype shielding.
Oh.
Okay. How about, like deflector theory?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I want to
their
return
turn.
fire.
Their
I
turn.
want to return fire.
Your
Oh.
turn. It's the ship.
Oh.
What are they going to do? I think they're going to launch a missile at you guys. Yeah. Okay. So the difficulty for a missile weapon launch. Difficulty is 3. Still not a specific system chosen. So difficulty is 3, 9 and 2. I'm gonna do 3 threat because I have so much, and give them 2 extra dice. Boom. Okay. And assisted by their ships, weapons security, which is also 11.
That 3 included our thing, right? Our evasive maneuver. Just double checking I'm not insane.
Oh no, it's 4. You're right. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. So they launch a missile which explodes in a dazzling nuclear explosion off of your shield, doing absolutely no damage.
Actually, James, do you mind if I do something first?
Sure.
All right, I am going to I'm going to do a plan a route, like I'm trying to create an advantage.
Okay.
Of like a planned route or something like that, just like optimal in their to avoid their firing arc. So all those snazzy things on the front, I'm trying to make it so we're not in line for any of them.
Yeah, I think that's actually just presence command, just telling her to stay out of the firing arc.
Okay, so presence command, and then what's the difficulty?
To create an advantage,
Yeah.
2.
Oh, 2. Okay.
And persuasion will work here.
Okay, so presence command. You know what? I might as well use it. I'm gonna burn a momentum because I can. If I screw up this roll, then if I do good, I'll get that momentum back.
Okay.
All right, and yeah, there we go.
Or not.
I do it.
Do you?
You said it was a thing too.
Yeah. What's your presence command?
Presence command is 15.
Yes, it is. Okay. So yes, you do it, and complication is
360 firing arc.
ha. Actually, I think yeah. How about bristling with weapons?
Or it could be something about how we just had a fight, and I'm given commands.
No, I like bristling with weapons.
Okay, bristling with weapons. I am going to use one of my determination. So on the next, for follow my lead, when you succeed at a task during combat, or another, you may use spend a determination if you choose that single ally, which I'm choosing James. The next task that ally attempts counts as having assistance using your presence plus command.
Okay.
I already marked off the determination, by the way. But we also had our advantage succeed. So what was our?
Oh yeah. What is the honestly
Situational awareness.
Small but fierce.
There you
nimble
go.
fighter.
There we go.
Okay. Now it's their turn again. I think they're going to attempt the attack pattern helm. The flight controller takes a course that will make it easier to target the enemy. Daring con with a difficulty of 2, assisted by the ship's weapons con. Okay. And we'll go ahead and spend a focus. So that's 3, assisted by the ship. 4. Okay. Oh, that's right. I had extra momentum last time that would have done more damage. That might have gone through your shields. Oh, well. Okay. So the difficulty was 3. They have 1 additional threat now. And the effect of that is all attacks made by the ship reduce the difficulty by 1 to a minimum of 1, and has a power requirement of 1. Okay. I think maybe James wants to shoot shit.
I think he wants to use that lance.
I do, in fact. Lance.
Use the all these freaking advantages we've made.
So the lance does require the calibration, meaning that you have to spend a minor action to power it up, but you can minor action and attack in the same turn. So since you're not doing anything else, you're good. Like if you're moving from another station to the tack station, you wouldn't be able to power it up and fire it in the same turn. But since you're there, you're good.
Okay. And for clarification, where are we?
You're on the bridge.
I think he's asking cinematically, like around the ship. Are we pointing on? Or do we fly around it? Or
Well,
Oh,
I think
their ship?
more specifically, are we in that airfield, the battlefield we picked, or are we just floating around in space still?
I mean, you're still in orbit of the gas giant. I mean, you have home field advantage if that's what you're asking.
Okay. Like I just so if we need to, we can still dip into there and go hide.
Yes, but it would be dangerous. Still.
Yeah. We got better engines.
All right, so home field advantage works here. Oh, they have one less threat because I forgot that the difficulty was one higher because they move like a truck. So yes, if you want to attack them with the lance, you have. All right, let's see here. The attack with an energy weapon is difficulty 2 plus 1 because you guys are taking evasive actions for 3, minus 1 because you have the advantage home field advantage. So difficulty is 2.
nimble fighter? Does that do anything?
Yeah, that works. So difficulty is 1. Are you choosing a specific system?
Their shield power.
Yeah, let's hit their shields.
Okay, so that's difficulty 2.
Okay. And then I want to spend a determination and tag no stranger to violence.
Okay, in addition, the target is not in the weapon's optimal range, which is long. So the difficulty is going to be 1 higher to use the lance. Because you're
Okay,
outside of
so
its optimal range.
So it's 3 difficulty.
Yes.
So 3 difficulty. So yeah, I'll tag no stranger to violence.
Okay.
I mean, if you do the extra dice with an automatic 1, that gives
That's-
you.
That was my thought. And then for focus, can I use composure? Because I'm a steely-faced, war-hardened badass.
Not for this one, but it would. I would say it would work on attacks in the future, like when you are taking damage and the ship is falling apart around you.
Okay.
But
How about lead by example?
you're not leading anything.
I know.
Okay.
Uh.
And this really isn't that unconventional.
Yeah, I was gonna think this is pretty conventional.
Yes, it
That
is.
was one of the reasons why I wanted to go into the planet.
So you have 1, 2. You get 2 dice at your control security, which is 14.
14.
Double success on a 1, assisted by the ship's weapons security, which is 14.
And my presence command.
And
because
your
I
presence,
tapped that
yes.
ability.
All right.
Well, there's 4.
There's 4. 5.
6, 7.
Okay, and what did I say the difficulty ended up being? 3?
3.
3.
And then, yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. Spinal Phalanx, power 5. So you're down to only 5 power. Range. Okay, calibration. Piercing 3. Damage is 15 plus security. So that's 18. Roll 18d6.
Oh my god. This is getting like
2,
Warhammer
3,
levels.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18. Oh my god, I wish you all could see this ring of dice I'm holding.
We'll see when you toss. There you go.
All right. Somebody pay attention to what I'm saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 effects. 12 damage and 5 effects. Okay. And you've hit the shields. All right. So then their their ship is behind Kyle's character sheet or James's character sheet. Okay. The resistance is 6. So 6 damage gets through. So that's going to cause a breach. All right. Shields have a quality. Okay. Most ships have a quality of resistance, which we got that. Roll the number of dice. Target has any resistance that it doesn't. Reduce the total damage for each. Okay, so that leaves 6 damage. If there's 1 or more damage remaining after this reduction, 1 point of shield for each remaining damage. Okay, so it loses 6 shields.
And then there's 5 effects, whatever that means.
Oh, no, there's more to it than that. 13 minus 6 is 7. I mean, you didn't hear that. Okay. If a ship suffers 5 or more damage from a single attack after reduction from resistance, the system suffers a breach. The effect of a breach to a system varies between 2 factors: which system and how many breaches that system has already suffered. All right. Communications, engines, sensors, structure, weapons, repairing damage. How did I miss shields?
Maybe
Structure.
that's why they made me
structure.
your first officer. They knew I'd keep you in check.
Okay, sorry. So shields are covered under structure. So let's see here. Impact. The entire ship shudders, power conduits rupture, consoles explode, and personnel are rolled around. Roll a d6. Tanjat, roll a d6. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Has 1 fewer turn during the next round. Okay. So yeah, you definitely see your lance pierce through their shields, like their shields shimmer a little bit wherever they're hit, and like there's a minor explosion on their hull where your lance pierces in. Oh, piercing 3.
Yep.
Okay, so that does 3 more damage to the shield, so they're down to 4. Okay.
Also, the 5 effect, I'm just reminding everyone.
Oh, yep. Nope, 5 effects.
What do effects do?
They're different for every type of weapon. And these are always in weird spots. Every time I'm trying to find this, I'm like, oh yeah, they're there. Which I think is actually after the starships. Yes, it is. No, maybe it's not. Energy weapons. Putting it all together. Energy weapons. Arrays, banks, that's fine. Yours is a lance. I already have all that information. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's on that nice handout that I gave everybody and have open in another window. All right. Power 5, calibration, piercing 3. Oh. Ignores X points of total resistance for each effect rolled.
Which was 5.
Right. So you actually pierced all of their resistance, meaning that all 12 of that damage goes through. But I believe that's it, right? Yes, that is the only thing that your effects do. Okay.
Still, ouch.
Still, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 1, 2. It's their third turn or fourth turn? Fourth turn.
Third.
Fourth. They
Fourth.
fired
Correct.
torpedoes. They fired.
We gained some momentum on that, I do believe. Or does that not work in combat?
Oh shit. Actually, combat momentum spends bonus damage. Keep the initiative means that another ally can go instead of them. Penetration, the damage inflicted ignores 2 resistance, so you don't need to worry about that. Reroll damage, you probably don't want to worry about that.
No.
Secondary target, don't need to worry about that. Swift task, you may attempt 1 additional task, increasing the
Oh.
difficulty by 1.
Can we fire again?
Yes, but not the lance.
I mean, Tanjat was talking about firing torpedoes directly after the lance.
Yes, he was. Tanjat?
Yeah, I'm game for that.
Okay. Firing torpedoes. There are 2 ways to fire torpedoes. Let's go back.
So, every time I roll an 18, my GURPS brain just immediately kicks in, and this whole time I've been thinking about, like, what the crit fail was gonna be.
Oh. High yield damage 6. It's the high speed torpedo. Never mind. So you can't fire a volley of torpedoes, but you can fire a torpedo. So the difficulty is increased by 1. The range on torpedoes is medium, so you're outside of their effective range, or their optimal range, which means it's a difficulty. All right, so normally it's difficulty 3. Plus 1 for being outside of their optimal range, plus 1 for taking your second action in a turn. So you're up to 5, but
Yeah.
I don't think Nimble Fighter works here, but home field advantage still does.
4.
Does
don't-
my thing still carry over?
This is a separate
No.
task.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can achieve that.
It would only be 3 for the phaser arrays.
Nah, I think we should save that moment.
Can we save that momentum?
Yeah.
Then 4. Then let's keep 4 because we rolled a 7, and the task was
A 3.
a 3.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Plus
5.
determination. The
6, 7. You're right.
1 dice.
You're right. So you keep 4.
Yep.
I think that's tactically our best bet.
Yeah.
Okay, so their turn. Boy.
You should offer us tribute, jerks.
Oh, and then the other thing that I should do, because I am a veteran, is roll a d6.
Oh, yes. Still no.
Oh,
no.
I was a veteran too. Does that matter?
Did you spend determination?
I did.
Then, yeah, you roll a d6. If it's a 5 or a 6, you regain that.
Nope.
Okay.
Ev, are you back? Apparently not. Or he's muted and talking to us.
Okay. Your turn.
What they just do?
something you don't see the immediate effects of. So, who
I mean-
on your ship has not gone?
Thomas?
I haven't gone yet.
Thomas,
Yes.
did you look at your internal systems handout?
Yeah. Let me. I was confused about what's power management.
Power management gives you additional or like regains your power that
Well,
your
I'm gonna
ship
work
is
on that
spending.
then, 'cause
Yeah, probably a
we
good
just
idea.
shot- we just shot the giant lance. Takes half our power.
Yeah.
1 point
It's
of power
awesome, though.
plus it's on a success ship gains 1 point of power plus 1 additional power per momentum spent, which may exceed its normal maximum.
Gotcha. So we've got 5 power left.
Yeah, I'd say spend some of it.
Mm-hmm. Let's do the roll first. Where am I? There I am.
What's the difficulty?
Daring or control plus engineering task with a difficulty of 2.
And does the ship help?
You know, it doesn't actually say it does.
Okay.
I mean, we just gather a whole crap ton of momentum too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to use one of those.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use one just to be safe.
There's your 2. So you regain 1 power plus 1 per momentum spent.
How much should we spend? Oh, I spent 1 for.
You spent 1 for yeah.
I'd say spend 3 more.
So that'll
we
leave
just
you with
spent
1.
2.
Yeah, just back down to 1.
Sounds good.
That
that's-
math does. Oh yeah, that math does work out. Never mind. Because you restored 3.
Restored 4 because 1 plus 3.
Okay.
And,
yes.
and you
Yes.
spent an additional 1 to roll the extra die.
Yep.
My brain just screwed that up. Sorry.
No, you're good. There was a lot of flipping and poking,
Yeah.
and it was like high school prom all over again. All right.
And that's everyone except for Ev, but he's MIA.
Yeah, you don't need medicine yet anyway.
I mean, he could be playing a bridge crew right now if he wanted to.
This is true.
He's not around. This is exactly what the NPCs are designed for.
All right, so they're gonna do that, which is power requirement of 1 cannot be attempted if the shields are at 0, which they are not. Control plus security assisted by structure engineering. May as well. Control plus security.
That's not a good roll.
Structure plus engineering. Is that right? Difficulty of 2. Okie doke. That's all of their crew. That's all of you guys, right?
Yep.
New
New round?
New round, and I think they go first.
Yeah. I think so.
They're gonna use the laser cannon again.
Cute. Also, remember our thingy. Our like 2 advantages, I think.
Moves like a truck. I don't think quite applies here. Home field advantage does.
But
Nimble
also
fighter.
Nimble fighter, yeah.
and also Tesora's maneuver last turn because it doesn't go away until her
That
turn
is 2.
comes by
So
again.
the difficulty is 3. Oh, difficulty was 1 higher for Tanjat's attack. Oh well.
Oh.
We
You
added
would-
that in.
Not for
we could-
evasive maneuvers.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
All that really would have meant was that we would have gotten one
One
less
fewer momentum.
momentum, so you could just
burn
knock
that
one
momentum.
off of our power.
That's fair. Whoops. I like that better,
You do
actually.
like-
So 8. I changed my mind. I thought you meant that before you finished. Okay, doesn't matter. We're back where we were. All right, 3. Difficulty 1, 2. Oh, God. All right, difficulty 4.
Have fun with that, boys. You're out of things.
No. Your guys' turn.
If you want, I could create another advantage so we can do that thing again, because I still have a determination left. Tanjot? No one?
Sure. I mean, if you want, I think just straight shooting him again like that is a little repetitive.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Can you just hail them and like tell them like,
Yeah.
hey, you just saw what this big dick cannon can do?
Yeah.
That's what I was just about to say. As a minor, can I hail them?
I would call it. Well, if you're going to actually attempt to roll, it's a task.
Yeah, I was gonna attempt to do something, but I want to know if they even picked up.
Yeah, they would pick up.
I would like to do a persuasion
Yeah.
to get them to stand the hell down.
Yeah, presence, command, focus on persuasion. So 15 or less, double success on a 4.
What's the difficulty?
I'm wondering if this should just be opposed. No. Let's still make it the 3 that you were going against before for these guys.
All right, I'm just gonna do a straight up roll. Let's just hope I get an under 4 on one of these.
We've got to be getting some sort of bonus from. Just
Oh,
like
pride
taking
goeth.
One.
Pride
two.
Oh
goeth.
yeah, pride goeth.
All right, so it's a 2 then.
Yes.
Don't screw up, thingy. Yep.
That's 2.
2.
All right. He doesn't actually even come on the screen, I think, but when you hail him and tell him, they stand down.
Suck it, Trebek.
Good. So combat over.
Yeah, I think so. With only one shot fired on your side.
Yeah.
Oh man, that lance is exactly what I thought it would. But God, that power drain, like,
Yeah.
That's half our power.
Also, like the other thing that I thought would have been funny about, like I got kind of excited when I saw that I crit failed, but I was wrong. But like I was like, oh man, it'd be hysterical if like that's the first time we fucking shot that thing. The EPS conduit's all overloaded. Like that thing's down. So that way, this phone call could also be a total bluff.
I think they just take off. Unless you guys are doing something to stop them, they turn tail and run.
I mean, I'm fuming, but I'm not that fuming. There's nothing left to tag, so
Okay.
Is there any way we can on their, because like I still want to know a little bit more about these guys, if only to have more information in our databanks.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody else encounters their whole shit. because like they kind of get away with puffing themselves up. Can I can I scan their shields one more time just so that like because that was their main
Because it
advantage,
worked so
right?
well the 18 other times.
You know what I mean? We did screw up their shields pretty hardcore. Can we actually get a read on their ship now?
Yeah, give it a try. Why not?
Okay. So this time I'm coming in with deflector theory.
Oh yeah, that's true. And I'm actually
Yeah.
going to give you a +1 for the fact that they had a breach to their shield system too.
Okay.
So you're
here
down
we
to
go.
difficulty 1.
So that's one success.
That's
at
one
least.
success.
Computer.
Yeah, okay. So
What about the computer?
Can we roll the computer?
oh yeah. USS Percival. Are you analyzing the shield probably? So like computer science?
Right,
Sensor
I
science?
thought we were trying to get past the shield to scan their ship.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
or-
definitely sensor science. So 11. All right. So that's
Let's re-roll that.
really?
What? Why? You made it.
Tongo.
All right.
You're giving up a okay.
Question.
I kind of wanted that to be a 1 just for your sake, but no. Okay. Yeah.
I think this is a ask a question kind of situation.
So it's a lower tech ship. You do have, traces of atmosphere leaking out of it. Like M class. There's I guess radiation traces on the hull that are fairly distinctive that you could probably match up to a source if you needed to. And their weapon systems are not super high power. And then you have radiological readings, which leads you to believe that their torpedoes are nuclear warheads instead of
Ha.
photons or quantum or tricobalt or any of the other more powerful explosives.
So we literally did just show up and just blasted them back to their own Stone Age.
So basically, like, can we surmise that they have not had any contact with, like, really significant Federation species before and things like that?
That's a good guess. Yeah, I mean, their shields are very high tech, but the rest of their technology is not up to snuff.
So either A, they put all of their research into shields, or B, they found some shields that are baller.
So, stand down, red alert. This is the first.
I feel like Tanjat's about to get us scolding.
Okay.
And I close my eyes, then open them, look over at Tanjat, and go, "You have the bridge."
Ooh, that's not what I expected at
And
all.
Go to my ready room.
Okay.
And start writing up my report, including the insubordination.
Yeah.
I thought I was in trouble.
Yeah, actually, I am being wise in my more elderly years. I will also go write an official report right now. Maybe
Okay.
just sitting in the captain's chair on a data pad.
Before I leave, actually, will you have the bridge? I will inform them to continue the survey of the system.
I mean, yeah, you guys can spend quite a bit of time. Like I said,
Or we could just hack into, take a look at all the data of the probe.
the probe had mineralogical stuff. They were looking for shit to mine, and they just
Okay.
didn't bother recovering it after it broke down. Like, they didn't fly all the way to the planet to grab it. They just kind of fired it
Okay.
from outside the system and moved on. You do get a lot of good data about the two planets that are M class. The moon, like I said, is kind of iffy, but there's two that are good colony prospects. So you can guess you'll probably be back here in the future. Although if there is a race somewhere nearby that might be hostile, maybe not a great place to settle.
Yeah, except we could just own
Not
them.
all the ships have lances.
Yeah, I know.
I will also write up a separate one specifically for field testing of the lance.
Yeah, Admiral Singh will be very interested in that.
The lance rules.
Ship uses half our ship's powers.
Doesn't matter. Thing rules.
Yeah.
All right, is that then? Is there anything else you guys want to do this session?
I mean, fluff stuff if we wanted to.
Yeah, I'm down for a little more fluff.
Yeah. Well, should we go back to the Tongo wheel? No.
Bring it round full circle.
Either that or the
Or-
most
or the
tense
dinner.
in history.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
no.
there is a
We've got to
dinner.
do the dinner.
Okay.
Okay. So what's for dinner? The Bolian. What's his name?
Either that or the wife made an Endorian just to bother the Vulcan.
No, I think. I mean, this is his job, right? This is what he's
That's
for.
her- Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right. So he what did he make? He made like he tried to combine everybody's stuff into one dish. So it's like Andorian red bat in a plomeek glaze, which sounds terrible as it is. And then like it's stuffed with or flavored with some sort of Bajoran
Beef or something.
yeah. It's everything but Cardassian. He couldn't get the no. You just have to drink Krant.
Yeah. We gotta get this guy off his fusion kick.
You're right.
He's very proud as he sets it down on the table, and he lifts it off, and it is like it's a giant bat, like fruit bat kind of thing. That it even has an apple in its mouth.
What do you make for Tesora?
He looks horrified for a moment, and then he opens the mouth and stabs the apple with a fork and puts it on her plate.
So my meal is going to be an apple with a fork in it?
Well,
Roast apple.
he forgot that Vulcans are vegetarian.
Oh, I see.
He was working so hard to get everybody's food together, he forgot that there are some foods that Vulcans won't eat.
Like flesh. Although this is not an actual animal we're eating, but
Still. So I will look at him and say, "Thank you." I have been what's the good word? God damn it. Like, quiet to the point of uncomfortably quiet this evening
Reserved?
so far. Yeah, there we go. And playing it just the most uncomfortable of cool that someone could be playing it.
I am chowing down hard on this delicious piece of bat.
I come in a little bit late because I was struggling to find something in casual. But and Colin, you may need to help me out here, but what she is wearing is what would a rebellious Ferengi fashion designer create if she were trying to stick it to the sort of Ferengi male-dominated society?
Clothes.
Anything.
Burqa.
Okay.
It has
Traditional Ferengi mates were not allowed to wear clothes.
but they do like their skin tight leotards.
Yeah, but my point is that like it's extremely avant-garde, like something that you would not
Well,
expect her.
So really, like, the thing is, they weren't allowed to wear clothes, and now they are wearing clothes. So like, Ferengi, yeah, Tom's right. It's probably like their fashion has gone to burqa. Like, you get
Oh,
to see
yeah.
no skin, you assholes.
Okay,
Like something
so
that hangs around the head and covers the ears entirely.
Oh,
Like a headband
yeah.
with like a you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the
Yeah.
headband with the cloth that hangs down from it.
right.
It,
I think
it
it's
probably strongly resembles like a nun.
cool. It's something like that, but I do want it to have a sort of like fashion sense to it. So it's actually quite like maybe she didn't do the head part. But it's very it's not very revealing, and it's very sort of flowing, like it's got layers to it almost. But
She
she's
looks like a temple priest or something.
yeah, something like that, I suppose. But whatchamacallit? So she sits down and she looks at her apple, and well, I'm not sure how she reacts to the apple.
Nom, nom, nom,
Yeah,
nom.
everybody else is
Yeah, everybody else is just
eating
chowing down.
chunks of meat.
So she will, at first, just try to go along to get along, and takes a knife and starts chopping the apple into a chunk.
Lieutenant
Um,
Tesora,
Yes.
I am putting you in for accommodations for your uh, abilities from the last mission.
That bitch.
Did she say accommodation or commendation?
Commendation.
Commendations.
Yeah, just I
She-
did the scan right, but she thought you did it.
And you also flew like a bat out of hell.
Yeah. So she.
And I'm also doing it despite
Tanjat.
Tanjat over there.
She briefly chokes on her apple for a moment. You what? Well, I mean, the scan was mostly Vivek's work, really, if I'm being honest. But
It's already been done, Lieutenant. The mission report was sent along with the accommodation.
I see. Well, I am very grateful. And what about Tanjot? I thought he performed quite admirably.
Yes, dear.
I am now smiling ear to ear, and I look right at the captain. Just big shit-eating grin.
He did do his job after his insubordination.
I think
Oh,
your
well, we
wife
can't-
chokes a little bit on her as you say that. That was probably not the time, dear.
I'm sorry, Captain. My what?
Insubordination.
We
No.
can't be having any of that.
No, I was refusing an illegal order.
So, Lieutenant Tesora, how do you like
Uh,
your meal?
It, if I performed an act of insubordination, Captain, why am I not in the brig? Why am I having dinner at your table? Which is very delicious, by the way. Thank you.
It certainly reminds me of home.
I'm taking a bite of my weird food and chewing it slowly while staring at you, and then go. You performed your task as necessary, but your insubordination was noted in my official report.
I'm sorry, Captain, but insubordination is not the correct term.
I don't know what
I
disobeying a direct order is. Then.
I seem to recall some time at the academy where we were required to stand there and tell our commanding officer that we could not perform a particular order because it was an illegal order. And what you asked me to do was one of the things that we were tested on.
They had their weapons pointed at us and missiles ready to fire.
Ready, but they had not yet fired. Federation does not take the first shot.
Their intentions were clear, Commander.
Intentions have nothing to do with it. The bylaws say that they had not fired. We had our weapons ready. We were posing in a very same fashion. But it's what we do that defines the Federation.
Tara,
That's
your wife is
probably
like
why-
kicking you underneath the table. Meanwhile, she's also like giving very meaningful glances to Tesora and
So
nodding her head
Have you ever
towards.
been to Quarks on Deep Space Nine?
And as that, right before they say it, then it goes, and that's probably why the Federation lost so many ships during the war.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah? Then how is it that we kicked your ass the first time?
Because my people turned against the Dominion.
No, I'm talking about the one before that.
There was no war before that. We simply withdrew from Bajor. Are you speaking of your people's attacks during our time on Bajor?
I am indeed.
Just, I wasn't there. Wouldn't know why.
I was there.
Usually where Bajorans, usually the species is on their homeworld.
I just glare at you, realizing this conversation is going nowhere, and just take another big bite.
all right. So the bullion like breezes back in from wherever he disappeared to after he put the red bat down, and very very cheerfully he starts like cleaning up the hardly eaten off of plates. He's like, okay, and for dessert, I decided to go way across the galaxy, and this is actually a Talaxian dish brought to. And he kind of stops as he realizes that everybody is like staring daggers at each other. And he puts it down on the middle of the table, and he kind of looks again at everybody, and he just kind of runs out.
I
I-
will.
I like, without even looking, take a bit of whatever the dessert is, plant it on my plate, continuing to look at the captain, and then just kind of start eating.
So everybody's taking polite slices out of the dessert, and Tesora, who's actually very hungry, just takes the dessert plate.
I will napkin at my mouth and say, "Thank you for joining us this evening, but I have to go. There is a security docket that needs, or security shift overhaul that needs looking at." And then I'll give them all a polite little head bow or head nod and then walk out.
Yeah,
Avoiding the daggers and vitriol coming from my wife's eyes.
yeah, I think you're sleeping in your ready room tonight.
I think I'm sleeping in my red room tonight.
Okay, I think that's a good place to end it. Because that was a very tense little standoff.
See, that's why I didn't want to do that right at the beginning of the game. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Right?
like it's a little more fun to let that tension just build.
All right, I wanted to take a second before we ended to talk about advancement. Usually, Star Trek Adventures does this with what you call milestones. There's like minor and major milestones. I found a thing online that some players wrote for continuing mission, which is a Star Trek Adventures fan site that basically takes the exact same thing but breaks it down as episodes, which fits our format very well. So if you guys look at your character sheets in the notes section, I have written the name of the first 3 episodes. Super Fun Diplomacy, Triple Threat, and A Good Day to Dine. We can now add to this Bully for You, which is today's episode. I popped this PDF in the Discord, but you really don't have to look at it right now. Basically, there are ways that you spend episodes. So,
Question.
Answer.
Do we need to do this on the stream or?
Well, no, but I thought maybe it would be
Okay.
helpful for them to know that, exactly how you guys will be advancing your characters.
Cool. Just double checking.
Yeah, so for one...
Actually, I think that's kind of cool for a system like this to, explain it on the stream.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Thank you.
I'm supporting you.
I know, I appreciate it. I said thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Jesus.
God damn it.
All right, so you can change some minor things with one episode. I should point out that you can, if you make a callback, meaning like if your character in dialogue or narration calls back to a similar situation in one of those earlier episodes, you can basically scratch it off and use it as if it's a point of determination.
Wow.
Cool.
Or you can spend 3 episodes to change your attributes. So you lower an attribute and you raise another one to a maximum of 11 and a minimum of 7. You can replace a talent with another talent. You can lower a ship system to a minimum of 6 and raise another one to a maximum of 12. And you can do the same with departments. So you can kind of, like I said, you can play around with that or replace one of the ship's talents.
So it doesn't increase anything, but you can change things.
Exactly. Or
Okay.
for 6 episodes, this is where the real fun stuff is. So if you spend 6 episodes, you can increase an attribute by 1 or a discipline by 1 to a maximum of 12 and 5 respectively. You can add an additional talent or an additional focus or an additional value.
Nice.
Or you can basically do the same stuff to the ship. Talent, discipline, or system.
Oh.
All right, so as you guys go on, you can improve your characters and your ship every 6 episodes, unless you spend episodes like Determination, or you spend 1 or 3 of them to sort of make those minor changes.
Can you pool your episodes with other people to spend for the ship?
I would be okay with that. As long as
Everyone
it's
agrees.
equal for each person, yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there not? This is a homebrewed thing. Is there not a track for advancement within the core rules? Like,
There
do you
there
just start
is.
out?
It's minor and major milestones.
Oh, okay.
All of the numbers and stuff are the same. Basically, this gives the structure is based around episodes instead of around when the GM says, "Okay, you guys have hit a milestone."
I see. Okay.
So this takes all of the same like number of or the exact same options that you guys would be able to do, and just builds structure around them based on the episode system.
Okay.
So take a look at that. Also, those of you that challenged your traits, I'm trying to remember who challenged. I marked them, but some of you deleted
You got
those
me
marks.
twice. Or you mean values?
Yes, challenge your values.
Yeah, you nicked 2 of mine.
So those have to change slightly based on your change of experience. I think I got to Sora early too. If you're not cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't. So there's actually 3 things you can do with values. You can spend them, you can compel them, or you can challenge them. Which I think like a challenge is like when you're
Okay.
not sure one way or the other, or if I refuse to accept the compel. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. But if I'm like, no, that's exactly what I would do, then I think it rides.
Yeah.
All right, hold on just
Because
a
you
second.
compelled all of ours. You didn't challenge them. You compelled, and we were just like,
It's kind of weird because there isn't like a section break
So-
between those 2 paragraphs.
Once during a mission, if a character has a value which could affect a task or situation negatively, they may challenge that value. The character immediately gains a point of determination and then crosses out the value, meaning it cannot be used for the remainder of the mission.
Oh.
At
okay,
the end of the mission, the character may alter the challenge value to reflect the challenge to the character's beliefs, or replace it with a new value that represents some other aspect. In either case, the new value can now be used freely. So those that I gave you determination for, so the cheating one and Tara, I think I challenged 2 for you.
cover and the universe.
Those have to change slightly to you just show the growth of your character. So think about that before the next session.
Okay.
Specifically to Sora, you now feel a little guilty, I think, because you got a commendation for something you took credit for.
Oh yeah.
That Vivek actually did all the hard work for.
Like a true supervisor.
That's true. I mean, you were the one on the bridge, but all right. Any other questions before we get to the end of the episode?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Yes, so this has been a combat-y mission for Star Trek Pathfinder in the Star Trek Adventures system. I am Colin, the GM and occasional voice actor. With us today in a different order than we went before, starting from the bottom of the ship, was Tom.
Yeah, I am Tom. I played Vivek, the engineer, and I got no respect and no credit, but that's okay.
Yeah, you got a lot done though.
Yeah.
What's slightly above engineering? I guess science. Daniel.
This is Daniel, and I have played Tesora. Looking forward to the next time.
Everoth, did you ever come back? No. Okay.
I think his life happened.
Yes, real life did happen. for Everoth, but that was okay because the low-tech phasers couldn't get through your shields, or the laser cannons. Anyway, so Everoth, we'll be back next time playing Dr. Eversoul, who is not as entirely helpful as this episode made him seem. All right, and I guess that just leaves James.
Hey, I'm James. I played
Tanjat.
Tesora.
Tanjat.
Tesora, Jesus, Tanjat. I played Tanjat. And I might have, done a little bit to piss off the captain, and I was within my rights. Did the right thing.
And Tara?
I am Tara. I played Captain Demore. I pissed my wife off.
Like any good marriage.
Yep.
All right, so we are members of the Kobold Cafe. We stream here a few times a week, but on Fridays we alternate between Fathom and Null Space. Null Space being a high-tech GURPS sci-fi space opera. Fathom
Yep.
being not Stargate, set in the 1930s.
Diesel
Europe?
punk.
Diesel punk. That's a good way of putting it.
It's a diesel punk pseudo urban arcana based in the 1930s.
On Sundays, there's a zombie game. Is that what Overmorrow is?
Yes.
I keep saying the name. Okay, so yeah, on Sundays there's Overmorrow, which is zombies and something about air travel. I don't know. I missed some of that.
We crashed a plane on the Isle of
The Isle of
Zombies.
Okay.
I
And
assume.
what else? Oh well,
There's-
Mondays is Symborum, but I haven't been able to convince Dino to let us stream on here yet.
But there are games happening and coming pretty soon. It sounds like we're gonna have a full docket. We are gonna probably be streaming Jackbox on a regular basis too. So if you like stupid shenanigans and apparently a lot of dick pictures, check that out when it comes.
Yeah, in fact, if we're streaming it here, you can join in if we don't have a full group, and you can join the audience if we do. So you can interact with us as if we're real people and not these unattainable idols that you sit and listen to, because I know you all do that.
But that's us. Catch us tomorrow for this part 1 of the season finale of Fathom.
It is Fathom tomorrow.
Yep,
It is.
Why did I think it was Nirvana?
because there was talk about that, but we decided against it. But anyway, see you
Okay, tomorrow's
tomorrow.
Fathom.